Welcome back, everybody. Today, let's talk about Cerberus, the big old hellhound dog. Recently, there's been an update to Cerberus. He also drops insole dog heads now, too, which are pretty good per experience, and it's 1 in 15, so now there's even more reason to do this boss and you get a hellhound task. But obviously, people come here to get the crystals, especially the primordial crystals, which are worth a lot of money and best in slot like the boots. So to start it off, let's just go through a full kill. I will mention some tips while we do this, and we'll look at in depth more. So when the kill starts, you want to switch mage, range, then melee really quickly based on his attack, because that's his first special attack. We'll look into that in more detail later. But here's one of the first most important things. You want to step under him after every 2 attacks, just like you would do for any God War dungeons. And there's a really good reason for this. It's because Cerberus special attacks are based off of the number of attacks he does, which means the fewer times he hits you, the fewer times he will proc his special attack. Well, if you look at this graph here, you'll see that it's pretty complicated. You can find it on the wiki, but once you get it down, all it comes down to is if you are able to kill Cerberus fast enough, you can actually skip phases. And the way to do that is bring max DPS and try to have him attack you as less as possible. So he did do the lava pool attack here, which I ran away from, and he's about to do a ghost attack, but I'm already killing him so fast that when he does do the ghost, which is the ow, which he'll do probably now, I actually just end up killing him before the ghost even activates. If you are able to kill him before the ghost does the attack, then as you can see here, the ghosts just don't even hit you. So let's dive into the more details now. So after the first attack, Cerb will respawn very quickly, I think only in 15 seconds. So get prepared really quickly and start attacking him. I'm using Arclight and full melee strength gear here, and I'm doing a lot of damage. And here's the second great tip. Zoom out when you are fighting Cerberus. The reason being, if you can see the ghost coming, you can have more time to prepare. You notice how I zoomed out right here, and then once he does the ghost special attack, which is the ow, I will see the ghosts while they walk towards me, and that way I can mentally be prepared to switch. Because if you are late here, you will get stacked out. I have died many times doing this boss because I don't react to the ghost fast enough, and unless you're Ooks, most people need a lot of practice to be able to react. So when you're starting this boss, zoom out like this, but still remember to walk under like what I'm doing now to reduce the number of attacks. So I'm still zoomed out. I want to wait for the Awu special attack, which should be coming up soon. As you can see here, it is red, blue, and green, which translates into melee, magic, and range. Now that I know what it is, I'm mentally prepared to switch between the prayers. Okay, so what happened there? I did pray melee correctly, but then I did not pray mage and I went straight to range. Why did I do that, even though I knew what it was? Well, the reason actually is to balance out food and prayer. Here's a more advanced technique. Once you are really comfortable with Cerb, you can look at your inventory and you can say, oh, I have a whole bunch of prayer potions. And because each time you pray correctly against the ghost, you have to use 30 prayer to block it. I say to myself, well, I actually want to just tank one attack. So in this case, I only prayed against 2 different modes of combat, and then for the third attack, I tanked it, which is 30 health. So once you get comfortable, you can start making these adjustments where you basically say, okay, if I'm low on one resource, then I will want to use the other resource to substitute. And that way you can have situations where you want to tank 2 hits, and you'll have situations where you want to tank no hits. You can, of course, wear a Spectral Spirit Shield, which will lower the prayer drain by half, so 15 prayer per ghost attack. But when you do that, you lose the defender's damage bonus. So that's up to you if you want to use that item. Also, if you notice, I am using the stab method using Arclight. This is because Cerberus is very resistant to slash. So even though the Arclight has a slash option with higher accuracy, because Cerberus is resistant, you want to be stabbing Cerb with your Arclight. Let's look at another scenario that commonly happens, which is as you step under Cerb, she starts walking backwards. And if your positioning is not so great, she starts walking further and further away from the River of Souls. Here she does that ooh, but I'm zoomed out and I still can't see the ghosts until they appear. And what happens? I panic a little bit and I can't pray fast enough, so I take a bunch of damage and almost die. So do be careful about where you position yourself. Let's now talk about the other deadly special attack of Cerb, which is the GOTR lava pool. As you can see there, these three little pools appear under your feet and near you, and if you stay on them, you take constant high damage per tick. This can stack you out very, very fast, and it's tragic because most of the time Cerb will use this special attack along with the ghosts, almost side by side, and it becomes very difficult to manage everything. That is how I died my first 5 or 10 deaths from Cerberus. I like to reiterate how important it is to remember that Cerb likes to use both of the special attacks close to each other, which creates a deadly combo, the AOE and the GOTR. So see right here, the ghosts are already out, and then the lava pools came right under me. And in this situation, I panicked and I almost died again. And truth be told, this is how I died so many times, and I still die to this. So whenever you get the special attacks, just be very aware that the other special attack is probably right around the corner. Now, I don't want to go into too many details about the specific order of attacks because you can find that on the wiki. I want this guide to just be more general for someone who doesn't want to really try that hard, right? Just remember that you should zoom out, you should step under, and you should really be careful when Cerb does any special attack because another special attack is probably right around the corner. If you are just careful and you're just playing the game like on the spot, on demand, then I think you should do okay. You might die a few times here and there, but you'll definitely get better. So with that said, guys, good luck. Have fun with this boss.